drawing our own mutants for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
And we're using the Drawfee rules.
So Ralph Cakeboss was on Drawfee again, and he had them draw mutants using the Bebop and Rocksteady rules, where they're a random aesthetic, a random animal, and that creates the character, and then they're named for a random type of music that has nothing to do with anything else. And it was so much fun on Drawfee, we decided to do it ourselves.
I love this movie. The style is so good. The characters they feel like actual teenagers.
Because they were.
Like the talking over each other and making dumb jokes. And then Leo's crush on April.
They let the actors who were teenagers just kind of riff, which makes it so much more authentic.
When the trailer dropped, I did this screenshot redraw because I just wanted an excuse to draw these guys.
Yeah, we've drawn turtles before, and actually the trailer dropped right around the same time as we did our original Ninja Turtles video. So my mutant's up first, but there's a little story time that has to kind of precede it. Because instead of using the random aesthetic generator for mine, my aesthetic kind of organically came out of the incident. So I was at the beautiful Geffen Playhouse for about 2 hours, touching up this beautiful floor of drippy colorfulness for every brilliant thing. It was my first time ever working at the Geffen, and as I was leaving, I was rolling my wagon of all of my paint supplies behind me, as always, and I noticed that people on the street were looking at me weird. So I realized, I'm a walking disaster. But I'm used to working on Hollywood Boulevard for all of the premieres and everything for Disney, and nobody even blinks. Nobody looks twice because Hollywood Boulevard. Well, at least I have paint supplies to give context. And then I looked at the wagon and I was like, it just looks like a pile of trash. And then I was like, well, at least there's paint on my hand, so it looks like I've been working. Oh, it's all red, bloody, nasty red.
Uh-oh.
So I sent the pictures to Daddy, and I said, the neighborhood's really digging my vibe. He texted back, you going for murder, hobo?
What?
So my aesthetic that I'm doing is murder hobo, and I randomly generated a toad. So I have a murder hobo toad. So here's me sketching out my murder hobo toad, and Sam starting on hers, which we'll get into in a little bit, but we were just kind of hanging out, getting started together. So here's my sketch of the murder hobo toad. I took it into Photoshop and colored it. So I'm thinking that this guy got kind of, I think, a Syndrome from Incredibles vibe. I feel like he was a fan of the Ninja Turtles and kind of followed them around and wanted to be a sidekick for a while. So the turtles are running around, saving the day and jumping off of buildings, and the frog's like, yeah, I'm jumpy. I could totally follow them around. And he kind of missed a building and fell into an alley and blamed them, even though, they didn't even know he was there. And so that's his villain origin story. He's very petty, instantly petty and angry. Because he's a klutz. So now he's a murder hobo. Jeepers. I guess it happens. But I like his juicy lips and his big wet eyes.
Oh.
This whole time I'm drawing him, he's a short guy. But I eventually, off camera, I elongated him. So the final shots, he's a long boy.
Maybe he's just a short, long boy.
He's a short, long boy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could be little. It could be like a toy wagon. That'd be fun if he was little, and that's one of the reasons why they didn't notice him. Stepped right over him in his toy wagon with his toy trash bags. Yeah, so you can see he's wearing the same outfit as I was, the shredded pants. So the musical style that I randomly drew for my murder hobo toad was rock. So this is rock, the murder hobo toad. And now he's a long boy, and he's so grumpy. Why you gotta be so grumpy, Rock? Chill out. Have some pizza.
Yeah.
So now we're back to you.
Woo. So mine is a goth farmer hamster.
Yep, so you actually used the random aesthetic generator and the random animal generator. I love goth farmer. I didn't realize goth farmer was an aesthetic. When you're using the random aesthetic generator, it comes up with some interesting things.
I gave them a little guy shape.
Yes, it's a very little guy.
Yeah.
So friend-shaped.
It's a very little guy. They're growing a little inky cap mushroom.
Yeah, who knew?
I don't know if you're supposed to water inky cap mushrooms, but
Well, I imagine maybe it's some sort of mushroom happy fungus potion or something. But that's funny that the goth farmer is growing an inky cap mushroom.
I was thinking their grandpa has a farm and he grew up hanging out at that farm and like helping grow the plants, and they joined gardening club at school.
So were they a human before they were mutated?
Maybe there's
No,
just
they were
like
in hamster school. Duh!
Yeah. Hamster school. Quiet! And when they got older, like Ty's age, they went to the mall together.
The hamster mall?
Yeah. The hamster
Wow.
mall. They went to the hamster mall and went to Hot Topic and like boba places.
Oh my gosh, the hamster's tie.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway.
So how do they meet the turtles?
They followed the turtles on Instagram and like got their Discord.
Okay.
It's Ty! As a farmer got hamster.
They got the Discord and they were like, hey, turtles, sup? I could make you some delicious toppings for your pizza.
I can grow normal mushrooms instead of inky cap.
And the turtles were like, come on down.
Yeah, let's make farm fresh, nice,
Healthy pizza.
yeah, homemade, from
Okay.
scratch
Oh,
pizza.
okay.
Of course.
You gave him kind of some cyberpunk details, too. He's a goth cyberpunk farmer.
Like in the watering can with all the like...
Yeah, all the... Yes, all of that.
And then I added some little horns on the hat and floralness. And then a little purple streak in their little...
Hair tough.
Yeah. And I'm doing a really cool lighting thing. I'm doing some rim lighting. Ooh. And I put it on a screen layer so it looks cool.
I love your lighting in this, Sam. And you tried a bunch of different backgrounds. The bricks actually looked really
Yeah.
cute. I think you did a good job on the bricks. The mushroom farmer in the alley, though, is a little weird. So,
Yeah, I was gonna do a thing in the sidewalk, like a crack in the sidewalk.
yeah, he's just growing it in a crack
And
in the
then they're
sidewalk.
like a
That's
tough-
so good. I love that. This is good, too. I liked all your backgrounds.
This is Pop, the goth farmer hamster.
Nice. I think he's adorable.
Very
he's so
friend-shaped.
cute. Very friend-shaped.
I got Junk Punk Waterbuck. What is your backstory, sir?
Sir. Sir?
What's your
What is your
backstory?
backstory? Yeah, I was thinking he could be like anti-hero vigilante.
Okay.
You know Double Trouble?
Okay.
The going on the winning side?
Oh, so he just joins whichever side is winning?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like whichever side he vibes better with and seems like is doing a better job at whatever they're doing. He's like, hey, I can do things.
What things?
Coolness. I can do
I can
coolness.
glare at you and make you wish you weren't born.
What?
I think maybe he's just like really good at getting into things. He'll just kind of show up and just, hey,
Hey, yeah.
be having some top secret meeting, and he'll just like be in the corner like, don't mind me.
You can't keep me out. And you can't keep me in. I do what I want.
Yeah, that's his vibe. This is Folk, the Junk Punk Waterbuck.
Love everything about him.
Yeah.
Especially the hair. So I feel like you were at an advantage over everyone else because the team behind Mutant Mayhem said that the style of the animation was supposed to look like a teenager had drawn it in their notebook. That's why all the scribbles and everything. And you are a teenager and you do scribble in your notebook. So yeah, instantly, automatically, you have the right style just by nature of who you are. Oh, yes. Okay, take a bow. Take a bow. Yes. Good job being a teenager. I think they're all pretty darn amazing, and the turtles are amazing.